When I got out of the military, I had a hard time translating my military experience into the civilian world. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would have been that homeless or impoverished vet. But it can be easier with the right support. I'm Mark Casper, and I'm the Executive Director of Tech4Troops. In today's world, you have to have a computer to be able to apply for jobs. Our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce.
Here at Tech4Troops, we're here to push you forward to get you back to where you want to be in life. When the veterans come in, I teach them everything you could think of that's done with a computer. I want them to feel that this is a tool that's going to help them get their life back.
I went into a kind of a deep depression. Eventually, I lost my job and I was out on the street. The computer was able to connect me to the web, and I was able to start putting resumes out. And you have to have these small building blocks to get from point A to point B. I'm not worried about employment anymore.
The need is great, and we want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
Welcome everyone to the Tech4Troops Sin City 240, and more importantly, welcome to Season 3 of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. I am your host, Rick Souza, joined here in the booth by my co-host, John Boudris. John, this is exciting. We have been waiting for this since the last season ended, and it's just, I can't control myself. It's crazy.
I know, it's been a long time coming, and we have brand new drivers, brand new storylines, a full field of really talented guys out here, beautiful paint schemes that we're going to also dive into tonight. But Rick, I can't wait. We're under the lights at Vegas. Who's going to roll the dice and potentially stamp their way and make their headway to that championship at the end of the season? Looking right there at the 98 of Hall going to the top of the board. But Rick, I don't even know what to do with myself. It's so exciting.
It is. We've got 39, nearly 40 entries tonight, all different new teams that have been shaken up. There's lots of new awards. There's all kinds of things. The prize money has just gone through the roof for this league, for this season. It is just incredible. So let's kind of talk about the race tonight.
Absolutely. So 160 laps, 60% fuel, 1 quick repair, and 6 sets of tires. So 1 on the car, 5 in the pits, 3 green-white checkers, and we're also going to be giving away a Tech4Troops Scheme Skirmish Award to the 3 best paint schemes tonight, and also the Owl's Nest Racing Pole Award, which is new for this season. So looking on board, I mean, we've had some pretty strong times showing up in the low 30.1s, Rick. And it looks like the track is at a decent temperature for night racing, so that means it's going to be I think, tight conditions and a lot of grippy conditions, so we'll see what happens.
We sure will. So let's look. Clearly, this is a 1.5 mile track. It's I'm not gonna say cookie cutter, but it's very similar to the ones that you have seen like at Texas. But it does require some skill. Speaking of that, let's cover your keys to the race for tonight.
Absolutely. So tonight's keys to the race. Number one, we have a huge field, and my mind immediately goes to being patient. You have to be patient in these races because there is a lot of guys out here that may not have raced against somebody before, or that maybe they are new to the league. And so while a lot of these guys are repeats, there's a lot of newcomers, and so patience is key. Number two, I think tires are going to be a big factor in tonight's race, partially because of just the way these cars handle on this track. Yes, you can draft. Yes, that's going to be a factor for a little while, but with the low line and the middle line and the high line that can be used, it's going to be important to make sure you save tires. And the last one, which I think is going to be used by some very specific drivers, such as the O&R crew of Castro, I think that the high line will work tonight, and I think that whoever you see move to that high line may end up being there at the end of the race. So, patience, conserve your tires, and yes, the top line works.
So I know that over the course getting ready for tonight, I saw just as I perused through iRacing and looked in the hosted sessions on more than one occasions, I found these teams practicing together to get ready for tonight and practicing just what you said, trying to see if that high line works. So looks like the poll has been set, the order has been set, and we have a very familiar name on the top of the leaderboard. So let's get to that grid. I think it's time to grid up.
I believe so. Everybody's getting into the session as we speak. And I believe for the Tech4Troops Sin City 240, we are going to have, let's see, I believe the keys of the race are still on the overlay. So kind of blocked, but it's all right. We'll get that straightened up.
It's all set. All right.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
With the Owl's Nest Pole Award, you have Harley Barletta up there in first. In second, Tyler Peebles. Third, Joey Doucette out of AJM. And fourth, Ty Bostic. Fifth is Marco Berube. Sixth, Dave Sharon. 7 is Jeff Narin. And 8 is Christoph Hall. In ninth, John Ledger. And rounding out your top 10 for tonight's race is Ryan Pittman.
On the inside, in the number 1 is Pete Woodrum in 11th. On the outside, Ian Ogden in the 21 and 12th. In 13th, Mike Slagter in the 14 on his outside. Jesse Vaughn in the 84. To the inside, Zach Ward in the number 7. And outside of Zach, David Overstreet in the 46. In 17th position, William Mann Jr. in that 29. In the 18. And then in the number 6 of Austin Habel is in 18th on the outside. In 19th, Samuel Harrell in the 42. And on his outside, Maurice Barrett in the 88 in 20th.
In 21st, you have Mark Hanna there. And to his outside, Brad Previtt. Starting in 23rd is David P. Sharon with Evan Amick right to his outside in that 77. In 25th, you have Sean Schubin in the 37. And in 26th, Kane Vandemark in that number 2. Travis Mergard starts 28th with Bob Gibson is outside in the 28 in the 28 car. And 29th, you have Jeff Denis in the 40. And 30th, Freddie Durstock in the number 5.
Alonzo King in that number 80 is in 31st. 32nd, James Alter. We'll get this right. This is our first season with some of these guys, and I'm sure we're going to butcher your names. Jerry Batto in 33rd, David Watts in 34th, Charles Van... I forget. Skoik. Charles Van Skoik in 35th in the 41, and to his outside, Hermes Castro in the 25. Also there, 37th, Luke Bullard, 38th, Rondi Uberpacker, and bringing up the field, I don't think Mike's racing tonight. I think he's in the booth.
I believe so. Harley Barletta leading the field now into turn 3. We saw him, he was so close all season long last season. Can he bring it home? It's Gonna be interesting to see what he's able to do here tonight at Vegas. Pace car about to make its way off. Pace car dips down. Race number 1 in the Tech4Troops Sin City 240, and we are green flag racing.
Welcome to Season 3. Harley Barletta, Tyler Peebles up front.
And here we go. The field spans out close to 40 cars.
Caution's already out. Looks like Luke Bullard and Evan Heyman may have gotten tangled up.
Well, it's race number 1. Things are going to happen early on. Let's see if we can get a replay of what happened between the 3 and the 77.
Let's try to find. See if
Let's
we can
see.
get
The
a
3
better.
was
Let's
the
back
3's
it
now,
up.
yeah, below the white line there, Rick. Oh, we had a, did you see that piece of debris in the middle of 1 and 2? It looked like, honestly, it looked like somebody's splitter was in the middle of 1 and 2.
No, it's like, I think it's just a stripe on the track. Well, that's unfortunate.
That's not good for Luke. We know the issues that he's had, and he runs pretty strong, but starting out there on the back, it's pretty treacherous. You can see him already getting, is he loose, Rick?
Looks like you saw someone hit the wall. There's a lot of contact with that wall, and that guy just came down right in front of him, I think.
Basically, wrong place at the wrong time.
Yep. Yeah, looks that way.
For Luke Bullard there. Well, that brings out our first caution of the night. And out front, in that McDonald's Toyota Camry, Tyler Peebles. Barletta in second, Bostic in third, Doucette in fourth, and Berube in fifth. All common names here in the IWM Tech4Troops Cup Series.
Yeah, and, you're gonna expect. You've got one quick repair. You'd hate to use that on lap number 1, but it is what it is. And for those of you who may not be completely familiar with some of the way things operate here under iRacing, is that it's kind of like you got a do-over. So each competitor has the ability to, in the event of an accident or damage their vehicle, to come back in and get their car completely repaired. It doesn't cost them pretty much anything to come in and get it done. It takes just seconds. Whereas if they do have true damage, you'll get most of that repaired, but you may still not be able to come out at a competitive speed. So. All right, we are under the lights here at Las Vegas in the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. Definitely want to thank our sponsors, Tech4Troops, the 1111 Project, and U-Haul.
I'm excited to see what the rest of this race is going to bring. With only running basically half a lap, you can't get a good judge on what anybody's doing or what anybody's trying to do because you're only around one time. So we'll see what happens as this field. They're eager up at the front. They're already trying to get too wide, ready for this thing to get back under green conditions.
Yep, field is beginning to form back. The lights are still on the pace car, so we're not quite ready to get back to green flag racing quite yet. But it should be next time by. Thank you for those who are tuned in live to watch this Tech4Troops Sin City 240. We really appreciate those live viewers, and for those who have tuned in or will tune in at a later time and watch this on replay, We ask that you like and follow on whatever stream you're following, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, and to stay in touch. So when we do have these races each week, we will be here on each Wednesday night for the next 24 weeks, John. Covering this and lots of exciting racing here.
Absolutely. It's going to be exciting to see this race and the rest of the season, how it unfolds. We're going to a lot of different tracks and have a little bit of a different point system this season. We're doing the original the original NASCAR point system, so it's all cumulative, I believe, Rick.
Oh, there you go.
I believe so. Looking at some previous stats. So it's going to be a little bit of a different season, but it really will bring the cream to the crop to the top of the boards and see who's going to be the best here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
Well, looks like we are about to go back to green flag racing. Tyler Peebles in that McDonald's 75 is your control car. 81 of Harley Barlett on the outside.
Alrighty, here we go. Let's try this again. Pace car off. 5 laps complete, 4 under caution. But we are green flag back here at Vegas. In the Sin City 240, we see some 3-wide action all the way to the back race.
Yeah, lots of, and Vegas does breed that. It's a fairly wide track. There are multiple grooves here.
Absolutely beautiful to see.
You're seeing lots of movement back and forth in the field.
Got a car on the wall, don't know who that was, up the high line.
Cameras panning on back through the field.
Speaking of the high line, who loves podcasts, NASCAR and iRacing and sim racing, listen to our new podcast called The High Line. We'll be talking everything Tech4Troops Cup Series, weekly recaps of every NASCAR race, and more. You can find it on all the podcast platforms that you would like. It's called The High Line IWM Racing Network. So we just had our first episode go out today, and we talked about this race, Rick, and how excited we were. And
wreck right there.
Big wreck.
We caught it live. That's the 34 is involved. That's Jerry Batto.
Rick, all I got to say is we are starting off this season great from a broadcasting perspective because we got that one right in the picture. We're picking right back off.
We're picking right back off to where we started. Or where we left off, rather.
Where we
so
left
let's go
off.
back and take a look at that.
Go back. Definitely saw that Travis Mergard was involved. Let's go back and see just where. Let's pause this a bit here.
Alrighty. Oh, right there. Don't know who that is. Is that? Yeah, I believe that is Travis getting a little loose.
Let's back
Maybe
it
wrong
up
on the name.
Okay, that car is definitely loose. We're following the it says number 6 of Travis Mergard. That may show differently on the scoring pylon. He is under the 88. Lose it. You can definitely going down to that where the apron meets the racing surface. That is no man's land. Looks like he's caught that a bit, unsettled his Valvoline Ford.
What a miss!
That's Shootman.
Shootman, wow.
Yep, right underneath on the outside, the 91. That's Alonzo King beneath. He kept it together. Unfortunately.
Oh, Bobby.
Is that Bobby Gibson? Yeah. Bobby Gibson tags him. So, yeah, we can back that up a bit real quick, unfortunately.
I don't think he even saw him.
Well, I think Travis moved up to try and avoid it, and unfortunately the 20th Gibson had no place to go.
Yeah,
and unfortunately he collected, I think, Jerry Batto as well.
I believe so. I mean, and in that situation, you have nowhere to go, Rick. I mean, it's if we looked on board of the 28, you would probably see that he just saw the the car in front of him, move out of the way. Next thing you know, there's a car stopped on the track. Nothing you could do. Kind of reminiscent of what we saw with Ryan Preece and Kyle Larson. Preece had nowhere to go. He wasn't expecting Larson to come back up the track. So kind of seeing a little bit of a similar situation. They're obviously not in the passenger side door, but similar to not knowing where a car is going to be. So second caution of the night. Lap 10 of 160 complete. Out front, you still have Peebles there.
All right, we're going to take this opportunity to bring Jason Parker in from Tech4Troops. Jason, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Hey, what a pleasure to be here, guys. I am so excited for tonight. I can't tell you.
It's pretty amazing. We've been talking about it really for weeks now as we ran the recruitment races, and just the turnout is just phenomenal. And not only just the turnout, the caliber of drivers that have seen this opportunity and have come out. And yeah, we're so excited.
Oh, absolutely. And you should be. I feel like we're in an echo chamber just saying how excited we are, but we're not. I mean, all of the people that are tuning in and all of the new blood racing, I can't get across how excited I am. I'm just blown away. And even I put out about our Scheme Skirmish of the Speedway, Volume 2. Super excited about it, and I already had guys posting in the channel some paint schemes that just blow me away. It's just absolutely stunning. And I'm gonna hold off on my picks because I'm gonna stay riveted to this whole thing. I mean, my heart broke lap 1 for Luke Bullard. He was here last season. I'm a fan of his. He's won the Scheme Skirmish before, and to see him spin around like that, it definitely affected it. It affected me, but we're all back in it, and just seeing. Of course, Harley Barletta's going to take the high line. Where else is he going to go? Come on, guys. We were all here last season, but just seeing everybody back, I can't tell you what a sense of home this is, and the way you guys have welcomed us, and I'm looking forward to everything that we can do this season. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
and
we're so pumped. So.
Yeah, we at Tech4Troops, we're super excited too. So just real quick, I want to tell you guys some of the stuff we're doing. We're starting an esports team with Rainbow Six Siege, where we'll be completing on collegiate levels. So if there are racers out there who also like to get their military sim going on, we'd love to see you jump onto our Discord, and we hold team tryouts, and the team's actually pretty open right now. We're also following CODA with Colin Garrett and the Team 1111 folks, where we are trying to give computers out to less fortunate vets in the areas that they're doing the race, so that we can kind of involve Team 1111, Tech4Troops, and the veteran community as a whole, because that bridge of technology just means a lot, as we all know, sitting here with the race. So it's just some of the stuff we have coming up, but I actually have a lot more stuff on the horizon, including some stuff with sim seats, and I'm just really excited about everything we can do this season.
That's great. So we are back underway here, lap 13, and Tyra Peebles in that 75 continues to show us the way. You've got the 11 of Joey Doucette, who's slipping down there as well, with Ty Bosick, Jeff Darren, John Ledger, all there top 10.
What's new to see these 11-11 guys out front? We're accustomed to seeing that. And the correction that I need to make on the Castro machine, he is in Ghost Racing this season. He is not ONR, he is Ghost Racing. So a little bit of a correction on that perspective, but awesome having Jason up in the booth talking with us really quick about everything they got going on. So stoked to have them back on board for Season 3 of the IWM Cup Series. So we're pumped to see specifically what we're able to do here in going forward. So right now, Rick, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on the track.
There is a lot to cover up at the front. That battle still continues. One-on-one with Tyler Peebles and Ty Bostic, Joey Doucette. Super close up front. You can see they're battling back for 2 and 3. The 19 is there. That's John Ledger sitting there in 4th. So close racing all over the track.
It is, and this is what we're going to see at Vegas, side-by-side racing, because it's early in the run. Keep in mind, these tires only have about 5 to 6 laps on them now, so they're still fairly fresh, so we got to consider that going forward when it comes to pit strategy as well. Everybody looks like they're keeping it clean, getting, the initial jitters out here early on. But out front, you have that Peebles machine. The car slipped up, I believe, in the 4th position. Car on the wall, possibly 3 wide in the front. Couldn't tell who that was, Rick, but somebody got a little loose and possibly tagged the wall.
Could have been that 22 of Ty Bostic. All is well right now up at the front. Look at that top 20 cars right there. There is a breaking up a little bit of that pack. There's a group that is a little bit farther back.
Yep, just a little bit. See, there's a 37 to Shootman, Freddie Durstock.
If this is that group that's closer to the tail end of the field, that's starting with the 42, James Altizer, David Watts, Jerry Batto, David P. Sharon, Hermas Castro as well, all backed in, but don't be surprised if we see a bigger move by Hermes later on in this race. It's a long race. There's 143 laps to go.
Yeah, don't count out that machine there. He knows what he's doing. He's probably going to stay in the back and ride around and get him on the high line, because that's what he does. But looking right now through the field, you have Tyler Peebles there in that 75 out front, side by side for 2nd place, and a gaggle of cars right there under a blanket from 2nd on back. Great side-by-side racing right there for 2nd and 3rd.
Just some overall great racing here. Guys are working hard. They're trying to find their groove. Some guys are content with running that low groove. There's some other guys who are looking at the higher line here. We'll see how that plays out.
Looks like we have a pass for the lead going on. There's Ty Bostic in the bottom lane. Seeing what he's able to do.
Trying to get around the 75 of Peebles.
Yep, and right behind him you have Joey Doucette, you have Berube, you have Marin, you have Ledger. That top 10 or top 7 or 8 is right there.
Any thoughts about tire wear and just exactly how you think they'll begin to look for some first green flag stops if we stay green?
So, with my rough calculations, I think we are going to see pit stops probably, I would think, around lap 50. Just with the cautions coming out. So, you're looking at 40 to 45 laps, I believe, on this run. We may see a little bit shorter than that, but contact. Between 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, like Marco Berube had drifted into Bostic.
Got to make sure to keep an eye on that. But it looks like they were all keeping it clean and green. But look at that. You got 2x2x2 right there. And coming into the picture just a little bit, that's the 84 machine. He's making his way up, a newcomer in this league. That is, in fact...
That's Jesse Vaughn. Yeah, he's picked up 6 spots. Started 14th, is now currently sitting in 8th. Jesse brings a lot of real-world experience.
He does. Possibly transfer that over. See him making a strong run. The first 4 to 5 are now single file. Got to run to the inside. That is the 11 going to the inside of the 75 of Peebles.
He's got a little bit of help behind him with the 22.
Who other than Joey Doucette? Who other than Joey Doucette up there battling again. You know, he was one of the star drivers last season, and we cannot wait to see what he does this season.
Ty Bostic doing just some great drive and great wheelman right now. Ty's right up there. He started, I think, in 4th. He's stayed up at the front the whole way, battling for the lead.
He has.
Well, we're going to take our first opportunity. We're going to be right back. Quick commercial break. You're not going to miss anything. We'll go side by side, and we'll be right back in just a few seconds.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce. We want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. You are live here at Las Vegas, and right now Tyler Peebles in that McDonald's 75 is showing us the way. He's got Ty Bostic behind him, Joey Doucette, Marco Berube, Christoph Hall, Jesse Vaughn up to 6th, Harley Barletta, Jeff Neeren, Ian Ogden, and John Ledger. That is your top 10.
Looks like everybody's minding their own P's and Q's at this stage in the race, probably realizing that it's a long race. I mean, I know they're battling side by side up front, but it's really clean up there.
Just some great tight racing between the 75 and the 22 of Bostic. You know, Ty can't just loosen up at all. He's got that 11 of Joey Doucette right there on his rear bumper. He's got the 84. Jesse Vaughn's moved up even further. Marco Berube is there. And it's not just up front, all the way back. We're seeing lots of changes for position. Challenge for the lead here with the 22 of Bostic.
Here we go. Can Bostic get around? He has a little bit of a run coming out of 4. Dead heat to the line. He's going to get a little bit of a help from behind him. That's the 11.
Oh, look at contact, I thought.
It's tight up there. Look at that, Rick. Look at all those cars right there. And look at who's making his way up. It's going to be Jesse Vaughn. Now up to 5th on the inside right there. We got 3 wide now going into turn 3.
99, almost 4 wide.
Well, that's what everybody came to see, these drivers battling up front. Look at all those cars right there, Rick.
Great driving, great, this is lap 32 of 160, tight racing up front, battling for position. Now we're beginning to see some wear, or if they haven't felt it, it's happening now on those tires, so we'll see how it plays into this. Hasn't played it that much yet. These guys are fast as could be. Their best lap for Tyler Peebles was a 30.12. That last lap was a 30.66. So very little fall off right now.
It's gonna happen, Rick. You got to remember we had a lot of laps under caution, so we got to see what these drivers can do. But look at all. I mean, that's probably 20 cars right there, Rick. Right within 1 to 2 seconds of the leader. So right now you have a lot of guys up there that can be battling for position. As you can see right now, it's going to go 3 wide potentially. There they go. Got an IWM sandwich there with Ty Bostic in the middle going into turn 1.
Oh, contact, wrecking.
Big wreck.
Big wreck on the front stretch.
Maybe not a big wreck.
Caution's out. Oh!
Was that Freddie Durstock?
I believe it was, yes.
Wow, that was a hard hit, Rick.
Yep. That is not what Ty Bostic was hoping for. Ty actually just towed back. His car was severely impacted in that.
Well, let's go back and take a look at this.
Let's try to get a better angle.
So, I mean, they're 3 wide, which you can definitely do.
Oh, let's go back a little bit here.
Arletta came up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, watch that seam. 22 is on the seam. Looks, he's like maybe a little loose, but he is on the seam. He came down slightly, but definitely the 11 came right up. Contact with the 22 forces him up into the 81. 81 gets a pretty good bit of damage on his right side, but not bad. 22 then, unfortunately, is the 99 has no place to go. Not terrible damage there, but certainly contact there. We're still focusing on Bostic here.
Yep, and let's see what happened.
He's definitely facing the wrong way.
Not a good sign. Right there. This is where I think the one of the hardest impacts I've ever seen. I mean, we have to go back and probably take a look at this from. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Let's go back and let's take a look at that from Bostic's view, in-car cam if we can, Rick.
Yeah, we can back that up.
Also, we have pit stops going on right now. I believe 4 fresh tires and everything going on. Let's see what happened. We're out on board with the 22 of Ty Bostic.
All right, here we go. Oh, that was a big hit.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Helpless feeling if you're the 22.
So lots of stops. Pretty much the whole field came down here at lap 35. Alonzo King did not. Oh, I'm sorry. He's in now. I think also Evan Amick has stayed out. Probably trying to pick up some positions. He last pitted on lap 3. I'm sorry, lap 9. All right, that's lap 37 in the books, 160 laps total. Your top 10, Peebles, Doucette, Barletta, Ogden, Vaughn, Berube, Ward, Pittman, Bullard, and Hannah. Some big movers there. Bullard started 37th. He's picked up 28 spots.
Wow.
He is now in 9th. As well as Mark Hanna. He was in 21st position. He's now up to 10. So lots of big movers going on. But we thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this live, we appreciate you tuning in to the Tech4Troops Sin City 240 here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. This league is sponsored by Tech4Troops, the 1111 Veteran Project, as well as U-Haul, and certainly we appreciate you as you support this league by your views, your clicks, and your mentions. And you know, for that matter, if you like what you see, tell your friends, tell your neighbor, tell your brother-in-law. Come on, check out these guys and click that like and follow, and you'll be notified each Wednesday night, same time when we start our next race. I'm not sure where we are next week, John. Do you have a?
I do. So next week, the IWM Cup Series, or the IWM Tech4Troops Cup Series, will be racing at the very fun track of schedule. We are going to be racing at Daytona 120 laps. 120 laps around the world's most famous racetrack, arguably. So that's going to be a fun one. Then we go to Nashville after that. So and I guess Nashville can be compared to Vegas, but 3 very different tracks on the calendar. But yep, next week, Daytona.
All right. So lights are off on top of our pace car. We're about to go back to green flag racing here at Las Vegas. Pace car is off. Flagman has that flag in his hand.
And we're green flag racing here at Vegas. Another great jump by Peebles there. See what these newcomers are going to be able to do up here in the front. I wouldn't be surprised, Rick, if we saw a sub-30 lap time here with these fresh tires here in about 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, fresh tires, and you got some amount of drafting that you can team up here and get some pretty good speeds.
Last time around for the leader was a 32.7. Let's see what he's able to do as the field's almost basically, kind of single file for the first top 5, top 6.
This should be a big number.
30.31 or 30.381 there for Tyler Peebles.
Further on back, 30.21 in that was by Marco in the 99.
Yeah, I mean that's what's going to happen when you get these big toes from the car in front of you, not actual toes, but like the wind, like the draft. Should rephrase that. When you get the draft in.
Aerodynamically speaking.
Exactly. Aerodynamically speaking. It really will affect your car quite a bit. I mean, look at there's a lead that in the 21 going to the very high side. It does work. That was one of my keys. That high line does work. Look at the run he got out of turn 2. Right alongside that 1111 Veteran Project Toyota Camry of Joey Doucette. Joey Doucette gets a little loose out of turn 3. He's holding on to it.
84 saw that, capitalized, and slipped to his outside.
Yep, Jesse Vaughn now moving up into the top 5, trying to get around Joey Doucette, a strong runner last season. He's able to complete that pass on the high side, and we look like we have a battle brewing up here for the lead.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, but each of these guys are running slightly different lines, and if you get a big run, you're going to wind up with a bumper slightly out of position with that guy in front of you.
You will, and it could possibly happen. I mean, the way that these cars are running right now, I guess you could theoretically try to bump draft. We got a move for the lead going on right now. That is the 81 of Barletta trying to reclaim that lead. But yeah, Rick, you're spot on. I mean, you could effectively do a little bit of a bump draft here, and if it's in the wrong place at the wrong time, I mean, you're not going to be in the right spot. Look at the toe that the 84 just got off of the 75 in that high line. Now side by side by side. Oh, got a car slow into the wall out of turn 2. Not sure who that was, but we got everybody scrambling right now in the back.
I think that may have been back there. That's the 37. It's up against the wall tightly. And the 14 of Slagter that was also over there. Further on back, you can see these guys. Not everybody is super comfortable on the track. We're kind of jumping back through the field here. All right, back at the front, a little bit of a shakeout. Interesting enough, Marco Berube has continued to, he's back up at the front. He's sitting now in 4th. He qualified 5th. He had some great great racing out of that 99 this season?
Absolutely. We saw him be strong last season and season 2. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Possibly a pass for the lead. Barletta back up to the high side. See if Barletta can get a run down here. He may try to do a little bit of a crossover move going into the start-finish line. See if he gets a run. Not enough.
But it was enough to pull him close to Tyler Peebles' bumper. He's going to try that again. Starting on the high side. What I have noticed is Jesse Vaughn has moved up now. He is in third. Continues to inch his way towards the front.
He is, and what I'm noticing is that he's really backing up his entry, but it's helping him out quite a bit. So we'll see what that 84 is going to be able to do this season. Maybe a little bit of a spoiler alert for some of these bigger names here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
Oh, I think Jesse Vaughn saying my name's just as big as these guys. So
100%, exactly.
Yep.
Even though he's a IWM rookie, I guess technically a seasoned vet if you consider, all things considering. Now he's moving up to P2, Rick.
Jesse Vaughn now takes over P2. Worked his way by Harley Barletta in the 81. Yeah, he's running a completely different line.
Very interesting to watch because he has a lot of speed. Oh, Peebles in the wall. That's going to pay dividends for the 84 and the 81.
Yeah, it looks like that 84 took that opportunity, seized upon it, and took that lower line, and he is battling the 75. 75 probably has some minor damage to the outside.
Angelin said, "Good luck, drivers." Thank you, Angelin, for watching. Glad to have you on board again. Always supporting IWM.
21 is there behind the 84. That's the 21 of Ian Ogden.
Looks like Jesse. Oh, car loose.
Yeah, there's some contact behind the 21. I think that was Zach Ward.
I believe you're right. This is where the wreck happened last time. We saw basically the field get a little bit strung out, and then you saw everybody bunch back together. We're in that bunch back together phase of this race. We'll see how this affects everybody. But right now, top 10 really under a blanket. We'll see what happens. Oh, crossover move.
He's going to get it. Jesse Vaughn moves to the top of the board.
Yep, new leader for tonight, lap 53. That 84 machine of Jesse Vaughn.
A lot of new names in the top 10 tonight. Not so much even for IWN, but guys that didn't start up front are there. Jesse Vaughn's, he's up 13 spots. Ian Ogden plus 8. Zach Ward plus 10. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Looks like maybe something in 1 or 2. Kind of hard to see what happened.
Looks like we've got Kane Vandenmark.
Oh, it looks like that's Kane and Van Schoik.
Yeah, we'll try to go back and just see just what happened. The two just kind of lost it, and unfortunately came up.
Oh. I mean, Luke just wrong place at the wrong time, Rick.
Yep. So we're watching the 3. Unfortunately, the 2 then comes up, takes out the 41, and then unfortunately that collects the 3.
What another wreck avoidance move by Sean Shootman there, splitting the gap. Looks like we got leaders on pit road as well, Rick.
All right. Not everybody came in.
Well, this is going to play an interesting portion in the strategy call because we were green for a little bit there.
Yeah, but not much. A good bit of your top 16, 17 stayed out. They pitted last on lap 35. You're watching the 45 of Mark Hanna come out. But right now, your leader is Jesse Vaughn. He'll be our control car on the restart in that Carvana 84.
Rick, we're kind of a third of the way through here. Just about. Actually, just a little over a third of the way. Our fourth caution of the night.
Seen some great racing so far tonight. Those battles amongst the top 10. And the top 10 has not been the same. We're seeing new faces, new names as we're going through the race. It's not that top 10 changed after that last caution that came through on lap 35, and just some great battles.
Absolutely, we have. I mean, you have Vaughn up there. You have the 6 of Hable as well, and you see Peebles up there running in the front, and you obviously are seasoned vets: Barletta, Ogden, Doucette, Berube, Pittman, Ledger, William Mann. I believe this is his second season with the Tech4Troops Cup Series. So right now, a lot of different faces up there. Got some drivers that are out of this race: Travis Murgaard, Jeff Nani, and Freddie Durstock.
Yeah, unfortunately, some early retirements, but with the field as large as we had, it's not unexpected.
It's going to happen, Rick. I mean, you put 40 guys on a track anywhere, and there's going to be some chaos that ensues.
Well, you know what? It's a 1.5 mile track. It does take some finesse. It's not a hammer down all the way around like we'll see next week at Daytona, or that you would see like at a super speedway like Talladega. You've got to there's another pedal in there that you got to use, or at least know how to work the car. Not to say that those guys don't, but some of these guys who are retired already were just a victim of circumstance. All right, lights are off on top of our pace car. It is now lap 58 in the books. They'll go back to green at lap 59 ahead of a scheduled 160 laps here at Las Vegas.
Oh, got some stacking up in the back. Don't know who that was in a low lane.
The 40-something, 42 maybe, of Samuel Harrell. In that familiar, I think that's that STP paint scheme.
I believe so. Alrighty.
Jesse Vaughn's in charge.
Yes, he is. Flagman has a green flag in his hand. And we're back to green flag racing here at Las Vegas.
So interestingly enough, the guys at the front, the top 16 are on old tires from lap
Oh,
35.
contact with Peebles.
That's true. Sorry, a little contact between people.
Yep,
and,
yep. Well, they're 3 wide
there.
behind him. That's only
you're-
good for one guy. That's great for Jesse Vaughn if the people behind him are stacked up 3 wide.
You're exactly right. It looks like that 84 was shot out of a rocket.
Wide, 3 grooves all being used here at Las Vegas.
And if you take a look back from 3rd to 7th, all you see is 11 veteran project drivers. You got 5 of them right there. I thought I was seeing just like triples or quadruples. I don't know.
Well, you got Ogden, Barletta, Doucette, Ledger, all back here. All in your top 10.
Yes, you do.
And you can't count out these guys from back there. Just further on back. Alonzo King, he started 31st. He's up to 17th. Hermas Castro started 36th. He's up to 18th. You got the 08 of Ryan Pittman, round 12. We've seen him make runs before. Mark Slagler was a playoff driver last season. He's sitting at 22, so, yep, a lot of racing.
Lots of racing. A lot of racing left. 97 laps to go here at Las Vegas. And that lead is kind of been sustained right there at about 0.8 of a second. I'm assuming that's going to slowly decrease just due to the draft.
Well, his last lap by himself was a 30-32. Tyler Peoples, who had Ian Ogden and Barletta, also was a 30-32. So he's able to maintain that lap time and that delta between him and P2 by running the lap speeds that they are without any help.
That's pretty impressive if you ask me. I mean, that's a hard thing to do. A really hard thing to do, especially with these cars. Draft is so important when it comes to these next-gen Cup cars.
So right now, Jesse Vaughn's holding about 9/10 of a lead over your second place, Tyler Peebles. Just driving a really smooth way around this track. So we go on board with Jesse.
Yep, let's do it. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Wreck. Caution's probably going to come out.
Ian Ogden.
There it is. Yep. He got turned into the inside wall. Hard contact.
Major right side damage, right front.
I mean, it was a hard impact, Rick.
Looks like he's right there with Tyler Peebles. Is that netcode? It's like what sent him on the way may have been a netcode. Let's go back a little bit here.
I thought he made contact with him.
It was close. So watch it again. Probably wasn't.
definitely.
It was inevitable.
It net code or not, yeah, you're right. That was going to happen. And very hard impact for the 21. Looks like all the leaders are on pit road, though, Rick. So some stops coming on here for all these leaders. Big stop for the 75. Peebles beats out Vaughn.
Yeah, but a good number of guys stayed out. Those guys that pitted last on lap 55, Alonzo King, Hanna, Woodrum, Slagter, Gibson, James Altizer, Sam Harrell, they all stayed out.
Very interesting.
So that puts a familiar name back up front.
Yes, it does. None other than Alonzo King. Season 2 for that driver. He's won before. He won his first race here in the IWM Tech4Troops Cup Series at Richmond. We knew he was going to be a menace, and he was great last season. We'll see what he's able to do up at the front. Right behind him, Mark Hanna, and then Pete Woodrum, Sladker, Gibson. All these new faces out front. These are the guys that pit 2 cautions ago.
Yep. Little wise strategy move on their part. They pitted last on lap 55. So they've got about a 12 lap, I guess, 12 laps of wear and tear on those tires, but, you know, smart move. All right, while we're under caution here, we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll still let you see what's happening on track right now, but we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. I am Rick Souza, my co-host John DeRudris. We are with the IWM Broadcast Network, bringing you the Tech4Troops Cup Series each and every Wednesday night. You've been watching. This is our 5th caution of the night. We have, I guess this is our inaugural Season 3 kickoff race. We are on lap 70, 91 laps to go. And this round of pit stops here has kind of shaken up the top 10, but we'll see how those drivers work their way back up through the field. A familiar name is on top of the leaderboard right now. That is Alonzo King. He is our control car in that number 80 car. And he will be in charge of this restart.
We'll see what he's able to do up there in the front. See how those tires hold off. Because you have Peebles and Vaughn, cars with the freshest tires on the track, starting in 9th and 10th. We may see a lot of action here, Rick. That's all I got to say.
Well, the top 5 basically pitted last, 12 or so laps ago, so a bit older rubber they're on versus the guys behind it. They're on fresh tires. So pace car is off.
And we're green.
Alonzo King gets a nice jump out, but he's got some guys breathing down his neck.
The 3 wide into 1. And we're wrecking.
Contact.
It's Peebles. It's a little hard hit. Vaughn's involved. Big wreck.
Big wreck.
29. Oh, and
Still
we're wrecking.
Still wrecking.
Wow. Well, it's a big one. iRacing doesn't even know what to do. There were so many cars involved in that one. Well, Rick, I don't want to say we called it, but we kind of called it.
Well, definitely something was going to happen, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jesse Vaughn was involved. Ian Ogden, Jeff Nairn, all those guys that were mid-pack there that had just gotten out of the pits were involved and collected in that event.
Yep, let's see if we can go back and take a look at right along here. There's Alonzo King. There's a 75 already loose, but I think it was the 42 that really caused it. 42.
Let's try to focus on that 42.
Yeah, overcorrected.
Maybe better from a chopper position.
I agree. Something
so
blimp
much
or
blimp.
chopper or something.
Yeah, let's watch it take it from the blimp. So that was a huge hit. Yeah, that flashing you're seeing there, unfortunately, is there's just so much action on the track. I think, unfortunately, the 84 made contact first.
Yeah, let's see if we can maybe take a look at 84, maybe ride along with him. Maybe not in car, but maybe just like above, see what he saw.
All right, here's it from the 84 position here. You can see that STP 42 in front of him. He's at the 7 and just in front of him. You can see the 42 begin to slip. He comes down into the 75 of Peebles. That sends Peebles to the inside. 42 is way out of position. The 75 is trying to hold it. The 42 overcorrects, winds up in the wall. Unfortunately, leaving the 84 no place to go. And then they stack up. That's Barletta into the back of the 84, the 29. That's William Mann Jr. getting caught in that. 84 goes around, tags the side of the 88. And then there's 77, the 27. 84 was the pinball in that. So lots of carnage, unfortunately.
Oh, but here comes the 99 into the picture. But that was our big one. I gotta say, that was the big one.
Yep, so that sent a lot of cars to pit road for repair. If they've got a quick repair, I'm sure they are using it. Alrighty.
Rick, 87 to go, and this changes the entire dynamic of the race.
Completely. So King, Woodrum, Hanna, Gibson, Slagter, Altsizer, Doucette, Ward, Ledger, Peebles. That's your top 10. Those guys who were running top 10 that last set round of pit stops, who wound up mid-pack, unfortunately, a number of them got collected in that incident, and they're probably going to start a little bit farther back in the pack as they're getting their repairs done.
That is true. It's going to really change up how this field is going to play out as this race goes on.
So that put the 84 of Jesse Vaughn back in 21st position. Based on how clean that car looks now, he definitely had to use his quick repair to get back up on the track. But he's surrounded by a lot of the same guys he was before, so we'll see just how that all plays out. Well, the lights are off on top of our pace car. let's see if we can restart this.
Yeah, let's see if we're able to do it. Cars make their way down into 3 coming out of turn 4 right now. Lights are off. Pace car is going to dip down. Car on the wall. Big stacked up on the high side. I believe that was a Castro machine. And we're green.
Yeah, just out of position there a bit.
A lot of things going on. Hard to keep track.
Trying to watch this field behind the 80. Alonzo King as he shows us the way. Good jump by Alonzo. A little bit of contact there. A little bit farther back. Oh, contact there. A lot of moving and shaking.
Yes, there is. There's Castro all the way to the high line. Going to put the 3 wide. Don't look for Cardozo's there. He does it.
Contact behind.
Yeah. Oh, and we're wrecking again. Oh, big hit. Big hit.
99 is involved.
Aye, aye.
34. Jerry Batto also involved.
Well, you know what they say. Cautions breed cautions.
We're watching the 34 of Batto right now on the replay. The
They're
40
wrecking way up there.
Yeah, the 42 was around in the wall. Just a lot. That the 84 again caught up in this?
I think it is. That was our second biggest wreck of the race.
Yeah, 84.
Rusty Vaughn. It gets doored right there. Jeez, what happened?
That's the 46 of David Overstreet, doored the 84, and he already burned his quick repair. I'm not sure he's going to have a... He may be in the pits for a while there. The 41 is involved. The 26, the 54.
Yeah, we may have to back that up and just see. I mean, I don't even know what started it. It looks kind of like the same thing that happened last caution.
Let's find that 42 of Samuel Harrow. Let's back that up.
Oh no! Oh wait, this is the previous wreck. That was caution number 1, or caution number 5 rather. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back and try to see. I'm looking for Jerry Batto here. Let's see how this plays out. This is the last wreck showing on our Instagram. Looks like he got doored by the 21.
Yeah, was that a racing deal, or did he just come up the track?
I don't know. Let's get a better shot from a bit farther back here.
That's a good angle. And there's Vaughn right there.
Yeah, watching the 21. He's coming down. I'm not sure he even sees the 34. He comes right down into him.
And almost the same thing for the 84, just nowhere to go.
Oh, he gets through. Yeah, our replay booth had put us back to the previous incident. He was not involved.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the previous one. Well, either way, big wreck.
Yep, big wreck. 34 definitely has some damage. I'm not sure. Looks like he may have spun coming off onto pit road, but or coming off.
Not sure.
All right, 7th caution of the night. 81 laps to go. 80 in the books. That means we are at the halfway point. We are going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers to get back in the workforce. We want to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. We are at lap 81, just about that. Well, we're at the halfway point right now with our 7th caution of the night. Huge field at this inaugural Tech4Troops Cup Series Season 3 opener. We thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. I am Rick Souza here with my co-host John DeRudris. And John, we have got a great race tonight.
We do, and we're seeing definitely a lot of action going on as of late. We'll see what these guys can do with now quick repairs becoming an issue. We only have one per race. Can these guys make it? We'll see.
Well, there's a number of guys who have already burned through that, so they're trying to stay out of trouble, certainly, going forward. Lights are off on top of the pace car. That means we are about to go back to green flag racing here on lap 81. They'll cross the stripe. Lap 82.
Alrighty, here we go. Green is out. Back here. Oh, top line. Big stack up. Oh, we're right hitting it. Maybe not. People saved it. No, he's in the garage. He's a lawnmower. We're green. We're fine. Yeah, the outside line is really stacked up, and he was the pinball in that situation.
Well, sometimes you're the grass, and sometimes you're the lawnmower.
Yeah. Looks like we have a driver pitting in. That's Dan Voigt coming in pit road.
Yep.
That's going to put that 75 way back in field.
I think he was already a lap down. Try to keep our eye on a lot of different things here. We are watching Hermes Castro work his way around on that high line. He's now up to 11, making his move back up through the field. Jesse Vaughn, after that incident 2 cautions ago, now showing in 15th position.
Out front, Alonzo King. You set right on his tail.
Yep, and also Luke Bullard is now up there. Luke started 37th. He is now shown in 3rd.
What a comeback for him. Getting involved early, now he's back up to 3rd.
Contact with Mark Hanna and Pete Woodrum now is also. Pete Woodrum in the 1 is now up to 5th. Now, a number of these guys picked last on lap 55, so there is a definite about 12 lap delta. Both Doucette and Bullard both picked up lap 67.
Wow.
So much pressure tires.
We'll see how that plays out as this race goes on. You've got to remember, they had 6 sets of tires, 1 on the car, 5 in the pits. Then we got a caution out again, Rick.
in the big wreck against the wall, car facing the wrong way. We know the last time that happened, we got obliterated. Oh no, not Jesse again.
I think he is involved again.
Oh gosh. Bobby Gibson and William Mann Jr., let's go back on board.
Trying to get a better shot here. Try to see if we can see a better shot here.
They've already made contact by this point. I think we need to go back a little bit further. I think this started almost like mid-tri-oval.
Yeah, definitely contact there. All right, let's take it from here. That's Gibson. I'm trying to think just what's your thoughts here, John?
It's tough. Because you can go down below that line. I just don't think Bobby knew where Jesse was. I think that's kind of what it was, because obviously Jesse is alongside him right here, 100%. No, I can't say that, because I feel like Bobby would have seen him out of his window, don't you think?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he goes up and collects
William Mann Jr., I believe.
Yeah, number. So pit road is a busy place again. This is our 8th caution of the night on lap 89. It's like the top 8 did not come down pit road. Harley Barletta, Austin Habel stayed out. Hermes Castro stayed out. Zach Ward, Jesse Vaughn is showing in 5th. I'm not sure just what kind of damage he has on that car. Hopefully it's minimal. Well, it's not like we didn't expect to see some of this.
With a field this size, you have to expect it, Rick.
We do.
And we're seeing, not trying to call any drivers out or anything. You're seeing the drivers that are new, or not saying they're causing the incidents, but that seems to be where some of the incidents have happened. And I think that's just purely because of experience and within racing with everybody in the league. With a lot of new faces and a lot of new people, that can happen. You don't really know how everybody else races. Jesse's a fantastic driver, but he seems to be kind of just getting caught up in everything when it's not really been his fault. So it's just a matter of the experience with driving with each other, Rick. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, you've got a lot of the guys. What it seems to have happened is that pit stop that really shook up the field and moved a lot of those faster drivers that we saw running in the top 10, top 5 for that matter, pushing them back into P20, P25, back with groups of drivers that they hadn't run around and had not run around them all night.
Exactly, and that's where we're seeing some of these issues come into play, which it's going to happen, Rick. But I'm confident they'll get this figured out. I really do.
Well, with 71 laps to go here at Las Vegas, we are still under a yellow flag as the drivers begin to pace their way around. I expect to see that lights come off that pace car right now. Here we go. So we'll be back to green flag racing next time by. So I do want to take this opportunity to thank you if you're tuning in live. We appreciate you. We do see the followers and the comments. Certainly appreciate all of that here tonight on the IWM Broadcast Network. We appreciate tuning in to the inaugural event for Season 3. And you may have heard John talking about it earlier that we have got a podcast now. you may want to hear us talk. You'll see the folks that run this league talking about not just the IWM broadcast or the Season 3 league, but also about NASCAR in general. Our thoughts, our comments. We'd love for you to tune in. You can find us on the whether it's on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or iHeartRadio, or also you can find replays on our YouTube channel and on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So tune in. We'd love to see that we build up a following on our podcast.
Yep, I just dropped the link there in the YouTube chat if you're watching along. So that is the link to Spotify. New episode just dropped here today. Pace car is making his way down pit road. We see almost like we're seeing double, but that's the 1111 cars out front. Barletta and Hable there. Green flag racing back here at Vegas.
Hermas Castro, Hermes Castro right there. He's got the 84 Braun behind him. Look at that 84 back up to speed. Hopefully he's got no issues. 10 back up here at the front. The 6 of Austin Hable is up there as well. Barletta, Vaughn, Castro, Hable, Ward. That's your top 5. 6 to set. 7th, Uberpacker, Bullard in 8th. Vandermark in 9th and Mark Hanna in 10th. I'm looking forward to this battle between Castro and Vaughn.
It's going to be a fun one. Two of the, obviously, Castro with the success he had last season and the success we're seeing right now at the 84 tonight, that's going to be a battle you do not want to miss.
Lap 95 here at Las Vegas. Side by side, Vaughn and Barletta. Vaughn easily works his way past the 81 of Harvey Barletta.
I mean, literally in the blink of an eye. Like, I actually missed that entirely. New leader, Jesse, like 100%, Rick. I saw Jesse there, and he was in second, and the next thing I know, he's up front. So that shows you what kind of speed that 84 has.
Yep. So based on that, no appreciable damage that last incident.
I guess not. The one thing I'd be worried about, though, Rick, is being involved in multiple wrecks and maybe taking multiple sets of tires. How many does he have left? That's the big question.
Well, 65 laps to go. You're hoping you probably have one more set. Vaughn did change. His last pit stop was on lap 72. That was 25 laps ago. But interestingly enough, he has got the freshest tires out there, with the exception of Joey Doucette, who hit on lap 88. Same with Luke Bullard, also on 88. So with 64 laps to go, you're kind of hoping that there's at least one. I see one car was blinking. Did you notice that? Not sure who that was.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with that term, you'll hear it often this season. That fully is an internet connection between that driver and his connection to iRacing. Unfortunately, it's very disconcerting as a driver if the car in front of you is disappearing and reappearing. But you'll hear us refer to that as a car that's blinking often in a broadcast. And it doesn't happen that often, but when it does, you can't miss it.
No, you can't. And we're not talking about a Christmas tree either, even though it's commonly referred to as somebody that looks like a Christmas tree out there. So it's common, and in these bigger fields, it's even more common because we have more drivers and more bandwidth to cover. So great job by iRacing to be able to even hold 35 plus cars on the track, and everybody run nice, clean, and green. We are just surpassed lap 100, which means we are close to getting a little over a third of the way left here at Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm guessing that these guys can probably make it with one more stop.
I believe they can, but when is that stop going to take place? That's the big question.
Yeah, I have no idea with all the cautions that have come out. I'm kind of my notes here are all jumbled up as to when that next pace, if and when a green flag stop will occur. But if I go back and take simple math, Jesse Vaughn pitted on lap 72 with one caution. I'm guessing he's going to pit on lap 120.
Close to that, I would 120 to 125. We'll see how that plays out. We see a car leaving pit road already. Not sure who that was, but
I think that was Bobby Gibson was coming off. Bobby Gibson's still on pit road. I think Jerry Batto, he's coming back up the speed. He spent some time on pit road getting some repairs made. So right now you've got Jesse Vaughn out in front of 11 cars. Austin Habel, Harley Barletta, Joey Doucette. With the 3 of Luke Bullard back there in 5th. Alonzo King in 6th. Rodney Uberpacker in 7th. Mark Hanna in 8th. Ty Boston in 9th. And Zach Ward in 10th. The field has settled down. I'm not moving when I see that.
next thing you know, Rick, we're going to have cars spinning out. I shouldn't say that. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen. Okay.
Well, Alonzo King was just moving up pretty aggressively through the field. He's charged back up to 6th. Alonzo's one of those guys that did pit last on lap 88. So he's definitely using that fresh rubber to get back up to the front.
He is, and let's talk about this. Where did Hermas Castro go? He's not even in the top 10 right now, Rick.
No, Hermas Castro has slipped back to 14th. He's back here with the guy. He's got the 75 right there of Tyler Peebles on his outside. Working his way back up through the field. You know, back here with all of these cars, you know, it's not really conducive to running your own line. You're kind of forced to kind of run the best you can with who's around you.
You're exactly correct.
Back up front, Jesse Vaughn continues to lead the way here at the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. 54 laps to go. Austin Habel, Luke Bullard, Joey Doucette, Harley Barletta. Your top 5, Alonzo King in 6th. Bostic is in 7th. Mark Hanna is in 8th. Rodney Uberpacker is in 9th. And Zach Ward is in 10th. Let's take this opportunity, John, while we can, to kind of go back through the field. Let's start at the beginning. Follow these drivers around as best we can to get you a look at your driver.
Yep, Jesse Vaughn out there in P1. Luke Bullard now back up to 2nd. Got Austin Habel battling side by side right there with Joey Doucette, and there's Alonzo King there in 5th. In 6th, Harley Bar. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, Harley Barletta in 6th. Ty Bostic is in 7th. Mark Hanna is showing in 8th. Rodney Uberpacker in that blackout Ghost Racing 26. Zach Ward in 7th. 27th. Mike Slacker is in 11th. Sorry, go ahead, John.
Mike Slatker right there in 11th with the 25 of Hermas Castro. Hermes Castro right there in the high line. In 12. In 13th, you have Dave Sharon out there in the 9 out of New York. And there's James Altizer, I believe, there in the 15th position. 14th position. There's Christoph Hall there in that Farici number 98.
And in 16th, you've got Maurice Burnett in the 88. Sean Shipman in that familiar 37. Jeff Nairn in the 27. He is in 19th. And Ryan Pittman in the 08 is in 20th.
In 21st, you have Brad Previtt. 22nd, David Overstreet.
David Overstreet is not using a picture of himself.
Hey, don't. Love the show.
Yep,
Love the show.
love the Costanza.
And then I believe, I can't ever remember, this is son or a brother. Dave Sharon and Dave P. Sharon.
Yep, I think that's the father. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Either way, William Mann Jr. there, sitting right there in 24th position. 25th, you have Pete Woodrum.
Tyler Peebles is in 26th. Kane Vandermark is in 27th. John Ledger is in 28th. 29th is Charles Van Schaik in the 41. Marco Berube is back there in 30th. And again, everybody who's currently still running, Jerry Batto.
Yep, 31st. Big Watt there in 32nd. And our last car, I believe, on the track is going to be Ian Ogden there.
That is correct. All right, so while we've been showing you the rest of the field, a little bit of a change up at the front, and Luke Bullard is leading the race.
Wow, what a comeback for that team and that driver. Getting involved early on, and now he's leading the pack.
So what we missed were some pit stops by Jesse Vaughn and Zach Ward, who both pitted on lap 113. We'll start to see some other drivers here, especially who pitted last on lap. Hermas Castro. Hermas Castro is on pit road. We expect to see David Sharon, Rodney Packer. Those guys will all need to come down onto pit road, and then we'll look at those guys who are lap 88. We'll see those guys next to make their way down pit road.
Well, Rick, it looks like we've got kind of what we were hoping to see, the field spanning out here.
Absolutely, and getting a little bit of shakeout on the track, a little bit of spreading out of the field, as you can see from the track map. All of our competitors kind of nearly 2/3 of the track. Got some gaps in between them. Which is what you would expect with the round of green flag pit stops.
We're going to see him sometime soon. I believe we will. Not sure when, but I think we're going to see him.
Yep, with a track like this, 1.5 mile track, if you're coming in for a green flag pit stop, you're going to go a lap down. If you look at the 84 of Jesse Vaughn to come in, to get on pit road, get service. Now Rodney took excellent time, 14.6 pit stop. That means he took 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. And then get back off, that cost him 46 seconds. And these guys were currently leading here. Luke Bullard They're making it around. Their last time was a 30.84. All right, 41 laps to go. Your leader, Luke Bullard. Was Luke possibly blinking before?
I believe a little bit, yes.
Okay. A little bit of a glitch in the broadcast, that just like that. That happens when a car is a little bit of a little bit of shaky connection with iRacing. So, yeah, he just blinked out again. We're showing Joey Doucette because if we stayed with Luke Bullard, we would our broadcast would drop in and out. So. Try to get a higher shot, see if we can see. That does give you the shot of the 11 of Joey Doucette, and you can see the 3 of Luke Bullard out in front. So these guys have a significant lead over third place Alonzo King. Definitely, we're nearly, I wouldn't say single file, but we are definitely spread out here on lap 122.
We are.
So with 39 laps to go, what I do know is that we will see at some point these guys who pitted on lap 88 down. I think they're probably hoping that caution comes out and they can do it under caution.
Looks like we may have some takers. Maybe the 22. Maybe the 21 as well. See some chatter going on over the mic. Here they come.
Yep, that's the 22 of Bostic in, as well as Ian Ogden is also coming down pit road. We'll follow the 22 as he comes to his pit stall. Getting right sides. 4-tire stop. Number of other drivers are coming in. Alonzo King coming in. Mark Hanna as well. Oh, looks like Mark overshot his pit stall a little bit.
Oh, no.
That's painful.
Yes, it is.
And your leader, Luke Bullard, spinning on pit road.
Oh, no. Here we go. This is the most... Not the easiest pit road, but this is a kind of a treacherous pit road because you're coming out of there with so much speed, Rick.
Well, and his pit stall was right at the end of pit road, so he had to really try to get on the brakes to slow down to get in there. But he's in. Joey Doucette was in and out. We got Sean Shipman on pit road. Luke Bullard is getting off. So a number of green flag pit stops are occurring. Like Slagter is now on pit road.
I believe Overstreet's going to come down this time.
So your current leader is Samuel Harrell.
We've seen him get involved in some incidents tonight, but he's up there in the front.
He is a leader lap. All right, while that's going on, you're not going to miss anything. We'll go side by side with another commercial break. We'll be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce. We want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
Hello, my name is Amanda, and I support Tech4Troops.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're seeing a number of green flag pit stops here at lap 128. Some earlier stops have occurred, but this could be, for the most part, my guess is the last stop for these guys as we work our way with 32 laps to go.
It's winding down, Rick. So this is the money stop. This is the money stop. If you're gonna do it, you gotta have a good stop now. But look who's back out front, that 84 of Jesse Vaughn. But don't look too far. There is the 25 of Hermas Castro.
Yeah, Vaughn pit on lap 113, Castro on 115. Harvey Barletta also currently in third. He is on 114. I'm guessing these guys have enough. And don't even come back down. Not surprised, we're at the end of the race, 31 laps to go, and Hermas Castro is up there up front. Hermes Castro is now in the lead here with the Tech4Troops Sin City 240.
Well, I told you to watch out for him. Look at where he is, out front leading the pack.
And he's doing it his way, which is running that high line.
Yep. You know what we say, the high line works. So.
All right, Hermas, I keep saying that. Hermes Castro is leading the race. Jesse Vaughn in second. Harvey Barletta in third. Zach Ford in fourth. Rodney Oberpacker in fifth. Joey Doucette in sixth. Ty Bostic continues to show a good effort tonight in seventh. Luke Bullard plus 29 positions is in eighth. David Sharon in ninth, and Elijah King in 10th. At 46, David Overstreet, who's right there behind Hermes Castro, is, I think he is a lap down, but he is the first car down on the lead lap. So if there is a caution, I'm guessing he will get that lucky dog and get his lap back.
I believe you're correct. I believe he will.
Oh, close call. 34 was on that outside line. 25 was wanting that line, and he had to duck around that 34.
Jason, that's awesome. Jason commented and said, after these races, I have to watch at least 3 Gordon Ramsay videos to calm down. Oh, well. We love it, Jason. We love it.
Yeah, it's not something, and I'll tell you that I'm the same way to some extent. I just can't just crawl into bed after calling this race for 2+ hours and think, hey, I'm just going to turn it off. There's just so much going on the track, lots to take in, some great racing by these guys, and really what better way to kick off season 3 here with the 25 of Hermes Castro, our season 2 winner, doing what he does best, finding his line, running on that high line, making it successful, riding in the back, staying out of trouble, and then coming back when it counts.
It's the story of how he races. I mean, it is his mantra. I'm not going to call him the closer because he gets up front, pretty much almost in every race, but he knows how to finish races. So I guess I will call him the closer a little bit. But he was well deserving of that championship last year. I think he won an entire round, if I'm not mistaken. Rick, didn't he win every single race in the round of 8? Am I miss?
Yeah, I think you are correct.
He either won 2 or 3 of them, which punched his ticket to the final race. And just what a phenomenal drive there by the 25. What a talented individual right there. But look a little further on back, you have Vaughn with a strong debut there in second. You have Barletta in third, Doucette and Ward fourth and fifth. Uberpacker up there in eighth. You know, a lot of new names to the IWM crew and to the Tech4Troops Cup Series that are up there in the front.
Well, Castro's got a 2-second lead over second place Vaughn. And you know, Jesse's back there. He's got the 75 of Tyler Peebles there. Tyler was unfortunately caught up in some earlier incidents. He is the last car on the lead lap. He's not making it easy for the 84. Number of drivers on pit road. Harley Barletta is in. Zach Ward as well. Hermes continues to stretch out his lead now over 3 seconds.
Yep, Jesse Vaughn's now down pit road.
So he was not able to make it. He's going to come back in with 20 laps to go.
So that poses the question, when is that leader going to come down? When is Hermes going to come down?
And those, you know, and those guys that were able to pit later, Joey Doucette, he pit a lap, last lap was 125. Can he make it? That was a 10-second stop for Vaughn. But he goes a lap down. Can anybody stay out? I'm going back through our list of those drivers who pitted the latest. The latest person who pitted on, who was not part of this latest round, was Ryan Pittman. Lap 128.
This is definitely going to shake out in an interesting way. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, can you make it from lap 128 to lap 160?
I want to say yes. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, but they are running 60% fuel though. Here comes Hermes. Well, that answers our question.
Taking right sides, right side only.
Getting forward? Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, he is getting forward. Wow.
That's putting him pretty far down. He's going to end up going a lap down. He is out. That stop took probably way longer than he wanted to. That was a 17.67 pit stop. That is going to put him a lap down. And new leader, Joey Doucette, pitted last on lap 125, and he's got the 3 of Luke Bullard on his tail. Luke is in second. He also pitted on lap 125, and behind them, Ty Bostic, lap 123. Fourth, Alonzo King, lap 124. This has turned into a fuel stop battle here.
It has. We'll see what the other top driver, I believe he finished in second in points, Mr. Joey Doucette, last year, taking the early season by storm, winning multiple races and had a pretty strong grasp on the championship run. He is now back up and your leader here with Luke Bullard right there behind him. Luke, got to pay attention to that 3 machine because he is definitely in the spot, but don't count out Bostic right there, just a second on back. So got to pay attention to that driver right there, and then King and Uberpacker 3 and 4.5 seconds back respectively.
14 laps to go. Joey Doucette is now in charge. The only thing that's preventing Joey Doucette from winning this race is probably him steering in his fuel gauge. Can he make it?
That's the big question. Can he make it? Truthfully, I don't know. I want to say yes. My rough math says yes.
Well, that says 35 laps on a tank of fuel. If you figure he pitted last on lap 125, it was a green flag stop, so you're going to use more fuel in that green flag pit stop.
You are. My guess is that he can make it. That's going to be my bet right now. Same thing with Bullard, Bostic, and King. So we'll see how this race shapes up. Coming to 12 to go this time.
Caution.
Oh, and here
Caution's
we go. This is going to change everything.
Jesse Vaughn may have been involved. Let's go back and see what this yellow flag is about. Let's put this on pause. Let's go back to Vaughn. This is the challenge you face. Back that up a little bit. So if the 54 is there, he's giving him lots of room, but 84 comes up and doors him. Do you see it any differently, John?
It's one of those things again, you know. I mean, it's where I don't know if David knew that the 84 was there, but also, I mean, let's take a look at this. You can see the 54 sliding up the track there.
That's Alonzo King there. Watch, keep your eye on that seam. He's right there in the middle of that middle groove. He's moving up to the high line, crossing the seam, and the 84 continues to come. I'm not sure the 84 knew the 54 was there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a mix of both things. I think you're right.
All right, so caution comes out, 11 laps left. Guess what? Everybody is coming down pit road.
Well, you have to.
Yep.
And this is going to definitely shake up how this end of the race plays out, because we'll have about 7 laps to go once we get the green flag again. And Rick, 7 laps to go, and everybody on fresh tires and know that they have enough fuel, and we know we can go 3 wide. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to predict anything.
It sounds like a prediction to me.
From previous things that have happened tonight, I'm not going to doubt we may see some very, very gutsy moves made to win the inaugural race here for Season 3 of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Not the inaugural race, I guess the first race of the season.
So right now I am showing the 91 on top of the pylon. 91 is Brad Previtt. He last pitted on lap 127. I think only he, Pete Woodrum, Austin Habel is still out. He pitted last on 114. Jesse Vaughn's back in. I guess he's getting some repairs made. All right, we'll see how this all shakes out right now with 9 laps to go, probably 7 by the time we go back to green. Definitely going to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. I'm Rick Souza here with my partner in crime and co-host John DeRutris. This is our season opener for Season 3 here with the Tech4Troops Cup Series, and it has been a great race. It's about to get wild. Don't go away. They do have 3 green-white checkers. 11 just dropped off the track. Joey Doucette.
I have no idea what just happened.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's just completely out.
He may have disconnected.
I don't see it on my end.
He's gone. So sometimes when that happens, it's just a mechanical failure. His internet may have failed.
Very good possibility, Rick. Very good possibility.
All right, so lights are off on top of the pace car. The 91 of Brad Previtt, who pitted last on lap 127, is surrounded by guys who just pitted. So he's got very old tires and very fast cars surrounding him, and he is in charge.
That doesn't sound like a good mixture.
It is not the gamble you want to take.
It's gutsy. It's gutsy, but it's just, will it pay off? That's the question. Will it pay off? We're about to find out. We'll be getting 7 laps to go.
We're
when
still
we
seeing
hit the line.
The 22 blinking in and out on that outside line. You've got the 3 of Luke Bullard behind the 91. He could get bottled up there. The 80 is there behind him, and the 08 of Ryan Pittman has made his way up front.
Here we go. And green flag is back out. 7 laps to go, this time by Brad Previtt now leading the field into
jump.
turn 1. Great jump for the 91. Here we go. You can already see his car. He's able to hold it all right. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Luke slides up right there in front of Bostic.
Watch that 91 try to pick his line around. The guys around him trying to find a way to get by this 91. Again, they've got fresher tires.
And you're noticing it right there. Luke Bullard down to the outside. Let's see if Luke's able to take the lead. He does take the lead. 91 slips up just a little bit. Here comes the 22.
He's kind of holding up that the 08 of Pittman behind him a little bit there.
He is. Can we see 3 wide? Here we go. Possibly. That 42 wants to put it right there.
Lots going on behind him. Guys trying to find their way through this.
5 to go.
Luke Bullard leads. 5 laps to go.
Bullard leads, and we got a lost mess back there where Previtt is. We got 3 wide cars go very close to wrecking and getting in the wall.
Yep, they're using all of this track to 75. Tyler Peebles has found a way to get back in the top 10.
4 laps to go, coming to the line. Luke Bullard looking for his first win in the Tech4Troop Cup Series. Could this be his night?
4 laps to go, 3.5 laps to go.
Oh, got some contact, I believe, between maybe not the 80 and the 42.
Definitely got back. Yeah, definitely 3rd and 4th, a little banging around.
3 to go this time.
Oh, sideways, 42's in the grass.
Oh, we got a lawnmower. Can he save it?
Oh, he's back up. He's back on the track. Oh, he's losing it again.
Oh, he kept it on the bottom, though. I think we're going to stay green. If he can keep that car straight, I believe we're going to keep it green, and we are. What a save.
42 keeps it together. We stay green. 3 laps to go. That has shaken up the field a little bit.
2 to go, Rick. All Luke's saying is, please let me get to the white flag. Please let me get to the white flag.
Coming out of turn 2 on the backstretch.
Got a bunch of hungry dogs behind him. Here comes Bostic in the 22. Luke goes low. Bostic goes middle line.
follows him a little bit lower. We'll see what Car possibly wrecking in the middle of 3-4. We have a caution.
Oh, caution, caution. That's Christoph Hall that wrecked. Ugh.
Well,
There's that.
Not what Luke was wanting. Let's see if we can go back and take a look and see specifically what happened there. I saw a car get a little bit loose. Oh, it looks like the 9 didn't know that the 98 was there.
Yeah, it looks like the 9 came down. Is that Sharon? I think that's Sharon.
I believe so.
So 3 wide, 29 is below. Hall does a good job of holding it, but then the 88 comes up. That's Burnett, tags him. Unfortunately, that sends him around into the
Head
wall.
first into the wall.
Hard hit. Hard hit.
Whoa!
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, lots.
Wow. What a... I think that is the move of the race by those 6 drivers that missed the spinning 98 right there. I'm going to give the move of the race to those guys. That was pretty close, but also pretty cool. So,
All right. So, green, white checker.
Yep.
Well, are you surprised? Probably
No.
not.
Not at all. I know that's not what Brittany or Greg were trying or wanting to happen there with Luke out in front. I can tell you right now, they're like, no. But I don't know. I felt like that 22 had a great run, possibly coming out of 3 and 4. So it would have been interesting coming to the line to see if Luke was going to be able to hold him off.
All right. Well, Luke Bullard will be in charge of his own destiny. If you're not familiar with how a green-white checker works, it's just like it sounds. As the field comes back to the start-finish line, the flagman will throw the green flag, and if they're able to get back around cleanly and he throws the white flag, then whatever happens after that is what happens. I'm not sure what happened to Ty Bostic.
I don't know. Bostic may have disconnected.
He shows still on the track. We're watching him.
I wonder if maybe like a wheel disconnected or
something happened.
I don't know.
Well, the lights are still on the pace car. Bostic should be back up front, but he is... Here he goes. Something must have happened, technically.
Yeah, absolutely.
As he's trying to get back around to where he was. I'm sure right now the folks in race control are freaking out with all the potential black flags that are out there right now. Now,
absolutely.
What is concerning is Luke Bullard, and he is definitely blinking a little bit here up in front. All right, Bostic is back, leading that outside line. Lights are off on top of our pace car. As we are about to set to go back to the end of our race, just to recap, Bullard, Bostic, Slagter, there we go, Mike Slagter up to 3rd, Alonzo King 4th, Pittman, Peebles, Mann, Sharon, Burnett, and Narone are top 10.
It's about to get wild again, Rick.
Yep, don't forget, Hermes Castro is in 12th. It's anybody's race.
It truly is anybody's. We'll see what happens.
All right, here we go.
Pace car is about to drop off.
3 is in charge.
Will it be for the final time? I don't know.
Could it be?
But what I do know is that we're back to green flag racing. 3 to go. Bullard's out front, trying to get his first win here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. I know that would be monumental in that camp. Here comes the 22, though. 22 has a little bit of a run. Getting into 3, but don't count out Mike Sladker there. Alonzo King, Mike Peebles back up there as well. White flag is in the air for Luke Bullard.
Whatever happens, happens, folks. If you're wrecking, that's on you. This race will be over the next time they cross that start-finish line. Luke Bullard continues to lead the way. The 22 of Boston keeps banging on his bumper.
Here we go. He's got to run. He's got to run. What he's going to do with it? He's going to back up 3. Here he goes. Can he get there?
I don't know.
Rick?
The way that Luke Bullard's going to win this race.
Luke Bullard brings it home. Race number 1 in the Tech4Troop Cup Series for Season 3. Luke Bullard wins the Sin City 240.
Ty Bostic is in second. This is unofficial. Slagter in third. Lonzo King in fourth. Peebles in fifth. Pittman in sixth. William Mann Jr., great showing there in seventh. Jeff Nairn in eighth. Dave Sharon in ninth. Hermes Castro finishes in 10th.
Well, you know this is going to be huge for that number 3 machine getting a win. He was so close last season.
He almost made it. He just wasn't able to stop. There he goes. All right, let's see if we got some official results here. We do. All right.
Rick, take it away.
There you have it. Luke Bullard wins the Tech4Troops Sin City 240. Ty Bostic is in second, finishes second. Mike Slagter finishes third. Alonzo King fourth. Tyler Peebles fifth. Ryan Pittman in sixth. Seventh, William Mann Jr. Eighth, Jeff Nairn. Ninth, Dave Sharon. 10th, Hermes Castro.
In 11th, Maurice Burnett. In 12th, James Aldeser. 13th, Pete Woodrum. 14th, Rodney Uberpacker. 15th, Samuel Harrell. In 16th, David P. Sharon. 17th, Brad Previtt. 18th is Harley Barletta. 19th, John Ledger. And in 20th is David Overstreet.
All right, in 21st, Sean Shootman. 22nd, Zach Ward. Charles Van der Schweet is in 23rd. Kane, I screwed that up.
Zoink.
Kane Vandermark in 24th. Marco Berube in 25th. Joey Doucette finishes in 26th. Austin Habel, 27th. Jesse Vaughn finishes in 28th. 29th, Mark Hanna. 30th, David Watts.
In 31st, you have Christoph Hall. 32nd, Ian Ogden. 33rd, Jerry Batto. 34th, Bobby Gibson. Evan Amick rounds out your 35th position with Freddie Durstock in 36th, Jeff Nene in 37th, and Travis Murgard in 38th. And then our admin, Michael Carpenter, there. He didn't race.
He did not race. All right. I think everybody has made it to the broadcast waiting room. Let's bring in Mike Slagter. Mike, congratulations on your P3 finish.
Thank you so much, Rick. Good to see you, brother.
Good to hear from you, too, and great to see you finish. Tell us a little bit about those last rounds of pit stop, because you seem to definitely make up some spots.
I believe I think we got so off sequence there. I kind of lost track of who was doing what. I knew what guys were on my strategy, and other than that, I didn't really know what those other guys were doing. So I must have leapfrogged a few guys on fuel mileage, because I know some guys pitted. I can't remember what lap it was, Rick, but they short pitted, so they weren't going to make it on fuel. And there was a handful of us there that finished in the front here that pitted and had enough to go just make it in one stop. Those guys had to make an extra stop, I believe. So that got us the track position, and that's what you need on most of these tracks. This configuration is you got to be in the top 5, or you have lots of problems passing. So went good though.
It sure did. John, anything for Mike?
I was saying, Mike, this is a great start to the season. Last year, we saw you come close to getting in either the podium or winning a race. So tell us a little bit. What does this mean early in the season, getting a podium finish and finishing third? What momentum does this carry over in the future races?
Well, it's confidence right off the bat. You come into these first races and you're off pace, or you just don't do well. It kind of, it's not a good start. It's bad on your confidence. So even, I didn't go into this thinking I was going to get on the podium. I'm overjoyed at that. I can't believe it. But just to, put yourself in a position at the end of these things. It wasn't the cleanest races by anybody. All of us, I think, probably made a few mistakes out there. But yeah, just to have a chance at the end to race with those guys, and Ty and Luke are kind of, we're all SEM, but they're off. Those three guys are their own thing, so it's good to have us all in the top 3.
That's amazing. All right,
Yeah.
So any shout-outs you'd like to make, Mike, tonight?
EPI, Southern E Motorsports, that's my team. You guys, thank you guys for all you do. Elliot, Matt, Rick, John, MC, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. Well, hang around. We're welcoming Ty Bostic to the broadcast booth. It's great to see you, Ty, and congratulations on your P2 finish.
Appreciate it. How's it going, guys?
Going great. You were really battling Luke there. Of course, you guys are definitely family, right?
Yeah, he's married to my cousin.
That makes Sundays pretty difficult if you took him out.
Oh, nah. Gotta race him hard. Can't give him any freebies.
Well, y'all were up there battling really, really tough all race. Give me kind of your rundown of what you thought of the race, and there was a lot of action going on all over the place. So give me your rundown. Give me your recap.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There's obviously a lot of cautions get thrown with a big field, but it was a lot of fun. Multiple lanes worked fairly well in 1 and 2. A lot of tire saving strategies going on, all that stuff. So it was a lot of fun moving forward and backwards through the field after that early wreck too.
Yeah, we definitely saw a bunch of early cautions, which kind of threw the whole mileage calculation out the window. But after a while, this field settled down, and we were scrambling to do our calculations, trying to figure out just how many laps people were getting on that last fuel stop.
Yeah, for sure. Out there, everybody got their jitters out the way, I guess. Started calming down, started driving cleaner.
Well, it's a big field, and it's a 1.5 mile track, so we were I'm not sure we were expecting that many cautions, but we were certainly expecting some. So, but
Right.
again,
Everybody out there racing hard, that's going to happen.
absolutely. So congratulations. Any shout out tonight?
Yep. Shout out to all my MB2 guys and the SEM Motorsports and all my family watching. And all you guys for putting this on, Elliot and broadcasters and Michael. Like I said, y'all do a great job. Have a great little group here.
Well, thank you so much. And hang around. We just welcomed Luke to the broadcast booth. Luke, congratulations. Huge win tonight.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly.
I mean, we saw you up there. Of course, you may have had a little bit of a connection issue here, and they were hoping that you were going to hang on and you'd be able to make it through. But some great racing towards the end.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun. I was talking to Ty the whole time, telling him, I said, just hold Alonso to the bottom of the track so we can at least get a win for the team, because I knew he was going to be there.
Yeah, he was battling up and knocking at the door. But you guys, you did it great. That was a great restart. You certainly, especially on that green and white checker.
Yeah, we kind of strategized on that one to make sure we could get a jump.
Well, it's been a long time coming, Luke. We've been calling some races where we thought you were going to win and didn't. So this was one that I was particularly excited for, because with everybody that watches in your camp and seeing them comment and supporting you, it's just awesome to see you up and win a race, especially race number 1 in this long season. So let me ask you this: what does this do for your confidence level going forward? Because that was the biggest barrier last year, was you couldn't get that win at the very last second, and we saw it multiple times. But now you got that out of the way. What does that do for you?
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, we've been talking about for a while during all these recruitment races that I said, look, man, we're just going to try and play it safe. Let's be consistent. Don't let anything crazy happen, and just, get those top 5s, and the win will come if you can just be up there and not make those mistakes. And I about tossed that one away. I spun again, getting on pit road under green there towards the end. And
we saw that.
Fortunately, I had a light touch and straightened back out. Didn't lose but 1 spot at Joey. So. But yeah, it's big. It's big for confidence. I mean, it's always good, especially in the first race of the season.
All right, any shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But thanks to Tech4Troops, man, for making this what it is. And then of course all the race admins. I mean, y'all put in a lot of work and make this a lot of fun and more than just racing.
Well, we appreciate the fellowship and the camaraderie, and just what with people just like yourself is what makes this league great. So we appreciate you and your participation, and again, congratulations on your win.
I appreciate it.
All right, John, any parting words?
Oh, well, if you like what you saw tonight, make sure to subscribe and like, and we're going to be bringing you coverage next week, same time, same broadcast network. We're going to be at the High Banks of Daytona, always a fun race, and let's just say if we have a field of 35-plus drivers there, you do not want to miss next week's race at Daytona. So, from everybody here...
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I want to see if we can pull Elliot in. He may have some updates with some other awards. We did have the Owl's Nest Racing Pole Award for today. That went to...
I believe it was Barletta, wasn't it?
I believe Barletta was our pole sitter.
All right, let's see if
Elliot,
we can get Elliot.
Sorry to interrupt. Welcome to the broadcast booth.
Well, hi, guys.
You guys had your hands full up there in race control.
But, I had a little bit of a rough start. Had kind of a long run, or almost a fuel run there, from about 15 laps up to about 40. And then we had a little rough center. And then I heard on the broadcast, Luke or Ty or somebody mentioned that everybody kind of calmed down. And the last 60 or 70 laps of the race, some good green flag racing.
Sure was. I know we have a lot of awards this season. I was just wondering if there was anything that you had calculated at this time.
Well, Harley Barletta won the Owl's Nest Racing Pole Award. And then the other big award this year is going to be the Team Championship Award. I'm going to have to tabulate that after we get the points posted tomorrow or the next day. And we'll have a graphic up, hopefully, on next week's broadcast and every broadcast after that. Keeping track of that award and where the points are for that. And that's really all we got for now. Congratulations to Luke. He's punched his ticket to the playoffs, and off we go to Daytona.
All right, so from the broadcast team, John and Rick, we thank you so much for tuning in to the inaugural Season 3 race here for Tech4Troops here at Las Vegas, and we hope you'll tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Good night, folks.
Good night.
See you guys.